So the meeting has been set, August 15th, Friday. Trump and Putin will meet, and the Europeans are panicking. It seems like, they're. I think they're already demanding to meet with Trump before he even meets Putin, and they're saying Zelensky has to be invited and all that. But because I think what they're scared of is that if Trump and Putin meet, that Trump will make a deal with Putin, and then whereby Ukraine will have to give some major concessions, essentially meaning territory, and then he will then go to Zelensky and say, hey, you need to sign this and make this deal, or else I'm gonna stop giving any military aid, stop all the intelligence, and then Ukraine will be forced to take a deal or fight the war without any American help. That's what they're scared of, and they have a reason to be scareful of that. Because, but the thing is, if they don't make a deal whereby they give some concessions, because if Trump does what they want and he goes to Putin and make hardline demands and doesn't give any concessions, and then there will be no deal. I mean, because since the Russians are the ones that are advancing and taking more territory every day, they have way less incentive to make a peace deal, and even less a ceasefire. They have nothing to gain from a ceasefire if they're the ones advancing. So if you want to, so that's why they're saying, if you want to have a ceasefire, then you have to give us the rest of this of Donetsk, this province. Because then if the ceasefire turns into war again, at least we gain something from the ceasefire. That's how the Russians are thinking. And the Europeans, I don't think they even want the war to end. I think they're like some guy in a casino. He's gambling, he's losing, but he's gambling, and he doesn't want to leave the casino, because the moment he leaves the casino, he will have to accept that he lost. And that's how I feel a lot of the Europeans and even some Ukrainians, at least the leadership, are thinking. Because if they sign this peace deal, then they would have to let the Russians take a big chunk of their country. At least 20% of the country will be gone, and that's a big loss. And that's why they do not want to make a deal. But the problem is that if you're losing the war and the enemy is the one advancing, why would your enemy then make concessions? He has less to gain from a ceasefire than you. So why would he do a ceasefire? So it doesn't make any sense. So this doesn't seem to be. I don't think not much going to come from this either. To be honest, I'm not very optimistic.